Okay, alrighty, we are live, and I apologize. I know I said no preview video, didn't post in this live chat. This auction was going to happen. Oh my! But I thought I'd get started, and if anybody shows up, I will start selling some stuff. If not, we'll cut this really short. But if you're new to my channel and you just happen to be coming across the start of this, we are up here in Northwest Vermont. Let me shut this other light off. This light always causes me too much light. There we go. It makes it too bright in here. Anyway, so yeah, we are up in Northwest Vermont. We've been doing this for a little while now, a couple of years, I guess. And I should go back and check and see how far back I go. I never really thought about that. We are basically mostly been selling mostly jewelry in these auctions, but a little everything. And I have a little of everything again tonight. But I thought I'd get in here, and if there is somebody out there and they're out there, please let me know in the chat, and we'll start trying to sell some stuff. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and grab my usual disclaimer stuff to put in the chat, and go from there. I apologize if you're. I usually put a preview video out there and all that kind of stuff. My life has been a bit crazy lately with a new dog and. The job and you just name it. It's just a bunch of things going on. So we will post some comments out there and put some stuff up there and just to see. If not, maybe I'll just put some stuff out there in the video and just say, hey, if you're interested, I'll put a buy it now price up and do that. So there it is. So if you're new, please email. My email's right there in the chat. Be sure you're on live chat. Top chat, you miss half of the conversations. Be sure you include your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping and PayPal information, because we do use PayPal for invoicing and Pirate Ship for shipping. Hey, Tamara. Yeah, thank you. It's been a while since I've seen you, and I'm glad you could join us. Well, and that really makes it worth my while to have at least somebody watching. And I'll just see. We're going to go through the usual disclaimers at the beginning here, and then we'll get going with that. So I usually say the bidding's $1 and we're up to $10 and $2 or more after that. I didn't put the invoice button there. Let me do that. Invoices I just mentioned it verbally, but I should probably put it in the chat as well. It's through PayPal. Shipping's with Pirate Ship. There are other ways of doing payments if that's necessary. I do have Zelle, and I have Cash App and Venmo. Yeah, I'm almost forgetting one. So anyway, so the way the bidding goes, usually I'll do a little bit of a countdown, and in the chat, and then once I post the sold, that's the end of the bidding, and the item is sold. I may do some, like I say, I may do some buy it nows tonight. We'll see. I do have some silver-plated items, and maybe some silver. I can't recall. I don't believe I have any gold-plated or gold-filled items tonight. But anyway, so yeah. So anyway, here we are. The weather's been fall-like here in Vermont, and we think. See, what was I got this one? It was 46 degrees, which is not unusual for us this time of year. Probably a little cooler than we were expecting, but all of a sudden it's like somebody flipped a switch, and all of a sudden now we've got 70s in the daytime and 40s at night. Usually it's 70s and 50s, but I guess even in one part up in the Adirondacks of New York, they had a frost warning. I don't know if they actually got a frost. They didn't follow up on that, and up in what they call the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont, up in the northeast corner, if you call it that. They had also some concerns about frost, but as far as I know, I didn't hear anything in the news about them getting frost. But we've finally had some rain. It's been very dry this past month and a half here in Vermont, and drought conditions in a lot of the state. Let's see, it's been a little crazy. If you're new to my channel, we got a new puppy back about 2 months ago. A month and a half ago. Yeah, about a month and a half ago. She'll be on the 27th. She'll be 6 months old. She's a Texas cattle dog and Jack Russell Terrier mix. When she gets along great with our 3-year-old Basset Corgi mix. They have a lot of fun running around in the yard, chasing each other and stuff. So it's good. It's good for both of them. But having a puppy at my age has been a bit of a challenge. Well, for our age, I should say, my wife too, has been challenging. I'm getting up earlier in the mornings than I ever imagined I would have to be getting up again. So that's kind of what comes with a puppy. It's a rescue, so we weren't really sure what we were going to get right away for the rescue, and that's what we ended up getting. There was a chance that we could have gotten I think it was some kind of a Labrador mix, maybe golden or something like that, but we ended up with this smaller dog. So that's okay. Like I said, I've got jewelry, and I almost didn't have an auction tonight. I have some jewelry. I have some cute little figurines and some collectibles. I think I may re-show a couple of items from last week if there's any interest, depending who's out there. I meant to bring them in tonight, and I forgot. They're just the other side of the door, but I have some really interesting minerals. These look like, I think they're a petrified coral. That's what it looks like to me, and things like that. So it's pretty cool stuff. If there's somebody out there interested in that thing, let me know in the chat. So, but it's always happy to see people there, and I'd like to see people in the chat talking. And I know the community out there of folks that watch the auctions. They know each other a lot, and that's a really cool thing. It's the same with me. We tend to try and follow some of the auctions as well ourselves. Haven't too much lately, like I said, because this puppy has been a little demanding of our time, and I'm also trying to get ready for winter, getting our firewood stacked and things like that. And things fixed on the house that we need to get done before winter comes. So it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge. But okay, let's get started. Let me think here. What would be good to start with? I think we'll start with this first cute little figurine. I'm going to switch cameras here in a minute. But I'm just trying to read it. I think it's Mother something. I'm going to get this wrong, so we can put on there like Mother Bunnykins. So let me switch cameras here, and we'll show it to you. Give me just a second. Change my settings. I could do both cameras at the same time. I really don't typically do that, but I could, I suppose. But okay, so there it is. Oh, my camera's really a little high. Let me see if I can get a better angle. And a lot of this stuff, because I'm short on time, I really haven't had a chance to do any kind of comping on any of these items, so I'm going to be winging it tonight on prices. Sorry. Let me get this camera down lower where it's better. There. Get the angle better. There we go. Cute little thing, huh? So, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know how that feels. We think this is our 12th dog we've had in our lives, something like that. Maybe more for me, because I think I had a lot more dogs growing up than my wife did. But wow, 2 at the same time, or within the same year. It is different without them. We went a short time, about the same, maybe 6 months or so, without any. We had a yellow lab mountain cur mix. That was our last dog before these two, and she was sweet. The sweetest dog we ever owned, and the most obedient dog we ever owned. And right before she passed, we had our Corgi Dachshund mix that had passed. So, and she also was quite sweet. So we had a big dog, little dog kind of thing. And yeah, they both died within about a year or so of each other. So it was tough, and it was quiet for a while here, except for the cat. The cat was pretty quiet. But she got used to having all the attention. So, and she's still trying to get used to the new dog, so which has been a challenge, because the new dog is if anybody knows anything about Jack Russells and Texas Healers, they're very active dogs, and it scares the heck out of the cat. So, okay, well, let's start with this bunny figurine here. Let's start it, I don't know. I'll show you the bottom here in a second. Oops, I did it to myself again. I always do this. Click on one thing and click on the wrong place. I have no idea what this is worth. It could be worth $10. It could be worth $20. I have no idea. So we will start it at, let's say, $6. And I'll put that up there and show that. And so I'll show you the label on the bottom. Get it focused. There we go. Mother Bunnykins Royal Dalton. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Made in England. Mother Bunnykins of the year 1999, it looks like. So, it says right there. So, Royal Dalton. Cool. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I did look it over. No cracks, no chips or anything like that in it. But I could see, maybe you'll see something. It says "mum" there on the side. That kind of gives you the idea of the British lingo. Oh, yeah, we had 3 cats at one time, and a dog, and 2 dogs. We had, for a short time, 3 dogs at one time, way back when we had a border collie. But she was incredibly smart. And she was a dog that would do anything I told her to do. She was a dog that got bored so easily, though. We used to take her on hikes and stuff, and that's what she loved that. And but even then, she'd get bored, and I just tell her we just would hike up in the woods up back of our house quite often, and I'd just tell her go home, and she'd run home and wait on the porch for us. So she was that obedient. So in that respect, sometimes in some other ways, not so much. She'd love to chase the golf balls, and she'd bring them back and pile them up, but she wouldn't let me have them. They were hers. So that was pretty funny. But anyway, that's what's going on. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. No, there's no interest in the bunny figurine. That's fine. Anybody joining later, of course, I always say you can email me. And that happened last week. I had at least 2 emails, I think, of people saying, oh, I didn't get on till later and watched your video later. And I'm interested in this or this if it didn't sell. So, of course, I go by whoever. If 2 people ask for the same item, I go by whoever emailed me first. So, be fair. So, and if anybody is tuning in tonight that's from the last couple of weeks, I almost didn't do the auction tonight for another reason. I am so behind on a couple of the invoices. I'm feeling really, really bad. I thought I'd sure get it done this weekend, and just things kept piling up, and we had to go fix the floor under the furnace. We had it was just one thing after another, and so yeah, it's just too much. So, okay, we'll pass on this. I'm going to probably take my time tonight. I usually go through these things really quick, but I don't have as much to show tonight as I usually do. I just didn't have time to prep it. And let's see, we'll show one other jewelry item here. This is I don't think I showed this in the past. I had it set up to show, and I never did get around to showing it. And it's a Thai beanie bear from a collection from the year 2000. It's called The End, and apparently there were several of these. They collect them all. You see the list on the back, and the reason this one's called The End is because it was the last one of the series. And so this is still brand new in the package. Package is a little warped in the corners, but otherwise it relatively good shape. And I don't know what to ask for this. Let's start it at $5. How's that sound? It may be worth. Again, I did not comp this one, so I have no idea. But there it is. If anybody's interested, so I can see it's got a little The End thing on there. The tags are all there. I can see it's never been opened. There's a little damage on the top. There you can see maybe a little bit on the cardboard in the corners. Like I said, a little crooked, but he's in good shape otherwise. Like I said, I had to brush the dust off him from where he came from, but. But yeah, it's just too much. Too much. So, okay. Well, let's start it at $5. How's that sound? It may be worth. Again, I did not comp this one. So I can see it's got a little The End thing on there. I think they just bought one, and I never put. If they had the rest of the collection, it wasn't where we found it. So, and I was really upset today too. There was an absolutely gorgeous trinket box that I got from an estate sale. Cannot lay my hands on it. I have no idea where I put it. So I will keep looking for it, and maybe we'll show up in the next auction. Okay. Now we'll throw some jewelry out here. Let me grab my box of jewelry right there. And I've got a couple of really nice pieces tonight that I managed to get. And one really interesting piece I had to research on, and I'm going to have to tell you, I don't know what to ask for it even. I just need to untangle these things from the mess they're in. No, why is it when you put necklaces in a box and you really don't move the box much, they seem to tangle up all together? I mean, it's just crazy how they tangle up so quickly. I'm really good at untangling them, fortunately, so it doesn't take me too long to sort through it here. But that's what I'm doing right now while the bear's up there. And then we'll get yourself, we'll show you something, whatever I can come up with. Well, let's see, let's grab this one. This one is, next one is going to be, I think it's even marked. Yeah. Very interesting piece. Let me check with my loop real quick. The print is really tiny on it, but I think I know what it's, I'm pretty sure I know what it says, but I want to confirm it before I say it. Yep. Okay, well, we're going to pass on the bear. And we're going to start with the first piece of jewelry tonight. And we grab a display board so we can give you a sense of what it looks like. I don't think this is stone. The beads didn't feel kind of cold to the touch. And that's going to be way too high. Okay, we'll just lay it on. I don't have it set up any better. So we will bring the camera up and down and shoot down at it. And there. So there's a nice little necklace, and there's where the clasp looks, and on the clasp it says Japan. There's a little piece of metal hanging off the end here, but I think you can put the clasp anywhere you want along this bead string here. And my guess is there might have been another bead at the very end. This is very old. I think this is very old. Let me just show you the beads up close. You can see the kind of amber-like, but I don't believe they are. And some kind of a pearl-like bead. It's 3 strands. I would say that is probably 16-inch. Let me grab my ruler here. I just had my hand there to go. Okay. Anyway, give me a second here. I'll find the ruler. Or maybe I'll grab my tape measure. Either way, we'll get you a measurement on that. I just had that in my hand just 15 minutes ago. Oh well. Here. Okay. So yeah, that's only 12 right there. Oh, knocking things around here. That's only 12. So that's 6 inches I'm getting from total. Oh, let's look at that one. Not a big deal. Okay, so it's almost like a choker then, I would say, pretty close to that. I can do the overall length this way to give you a proper length. Let's do that and see if my ruler says it's 12. It looks like it's 14. If I go from end to end, there's 12 plus the extension. There's another 1.5 inches. So yeah, about almost 14 inch. So. Okay. No price would be good on that. Okay, we're passing on the bear. That's right. I didn't type pass. just going to call this the 3-strand necklace. There might be another one tonight that's 3 strands. I have no idea. We'll start this at, I think we'll stick with $6 and see how that goes. If anybody's interested at 6 to start it at 6 and leave it that way. I do have next to me a pile of other stuff that I don't normally put in auction, but I may try if there's anybody interested. I have some classic vinyl that is stuff I picked up at the estate sale, and I have not had a chance to play them yet. That's not true. I have played the Linda Ronstadt one I have, and I played I forget the other one. But I like Sam and Dave and Linda Ronstadt. I think those two are still downstairs, but I do have a couple of others that are really good. George Benson. Let me see here. What was that? I can't make out the name. Oh, Boz Scaggs. And I've got. I'm trying to read the ends of the albums here, if you pardon me, but. I can't make out that name. That's a soundtrack. So anyway, really cool stuff. But all right, there's a necklace. And then we'll look to another little figurine. It's really cute. This one's speaking of cats. Okay, we'll pass on this one. And I'm trying to keep this separate so I know which ones I've shown. Don't go. So I got another little figurine. Let's bring the camera back down and up and get rid of that message on the screen. And we get this one. It's a Calico Kittens. Will always be close to my heart. My name is Twinkle. This was from 1992 from Enesco. And you can see it's numbered, made in China. Cute little kitten. Looks like it's about 3 inches tall, roughly. So what was the name of it again? Calico. Calico cat. Figure. Oh, we'll start this one at. I'm gonna stick with $6. Keep going with the $6 and be consistent here. For some of the stuff, it's pretty reasonable to start with. I think I didn't see any damage on this one either. It's in really good shape. No chips, stings, or damage that I could find. Like I said, Calico Kittens. If there's any interest in that. And we'll do another piece of jewelry. I'll untangle another piece here. That was a good one. There's a good one. Okay, let's get that out of there. This is a really neat old necklace, actually. If I can get it all untangled. I think this one came from the estate. This is an estate of somebody we knew. This is different from the estate stuff I had for the past several months. But this is from a different estate that we knew the people, actually, and the daughters who we were dealing with when we picked up some of this stuff. And this has got a very unusual clasp on it too. That's the thing I thought was really cool about it. Kind of gave me an idea of the vintage a little bit. So. But no interest in the little figure. And get this untangled. I can show it to you. Okay, no interest in the little kitty. So we will pass on that. And I hope everybody's doing well. Okay, let me see if I can display nice. Oh, no, I just discovered it. No, I won't show it. I'm sorry. I just realized there's a piece that's broken on it. I didn't know that. There was a necklace, but it's really pretty, but one of the stones is broken right there. That's unfortunate. I will look and see if we have anything close in our jewelry supply that might be able to fix that. But darn it. Oh well. Well, no, I don't want to do that one yet. Let's do this other one. This is a really interesting one. This still has a tag on it. And it is, I'm trying to get it to set up here so I can get it to look right. It's a double-stranded Y necklace. Quite long. I'm going to actually hang it. Well, that's not going to work either. It's so long that I'm just not sure I'll be able to show it well on the camera. Let me get the camera up and down and try and get it in focus here and show it to you better. So it's a Y necklace from something called Madewell. It's on the tag. And on the clasp, there is a hang tag that has the M on it that indicates that it really is that company. Okay. So what it is it's gold tone, double-stranded with these, looks like that. I'm going to show the up close. And then I think if I bring the camera around and kind of hang it like this, and the camera's sliding down. Hang on. Let me tighten it up. There we go. So you get an idea of what it looks like. I'm going to put it on the board here. This board's not even long enough for this thing. Just to give you an idea how long this thing is. Bring the camera back and you see that even with so there's a double strand piece coming down like that, and this one has a very unusual. This one has a lobster claw clasp. So, but it's an older style one you don't typically see anymore. At least I haven't. I should say I don't typically see. But there it is. Let me get the thing laid out here properly. See this little full length of it. Okay. Oops, I didn't get rid of this on the screen. Let's see here. Gold tone, 2-strand. Whoops, what has happened here? I lost my comments. Oh, there we go. Gold tone, 2-strand Y necklace. Oh, I think we will stick with this. Same thing. We'll start it at $6. So, and as you see, the strand, the Y part of it, the bottom of the Y, goes down to these two little pieces like that. I would guess that it's probably 18-inch here, and then the additional piece hanging down. So, okay. I have a lot of necklaces tonight, not many earrings. I say that I'm looking around. I have one pair sitting here. I think I just had my hands on it a second ago. Anybody into Lego? I have a Lego piece I could show tonight. It's sitting right here, already assembled. That's from the Marvel Comics. Okay. Where was I with the earrings? I just had that in front of me. Must have put it in the box. Okay. All right. Well, no interest in this. We'll pass on this. And put that one aside. The others. Try not to let them get tangled again. Okay. Let me just show this little cute little figurine, little kitten one. Oh, bring this camera down again. Take that off screen. And we'll call this the kitten shoe figurine. I can't type. There we go. We'll start this one at $6. And closer, you can see it better. And I don't think I saw any issues with it. No markings on the bottom. Pretty clean on the inside. I don't think this, what you see is a scratch. I think that's just the way it was glazed. It's not chipped or anything. Maybe to make the boot look more worn. I don't know. What did I do with those earrings there? Actually, let me show these earrings first. I don't think there's any markings on these. I'm just checking them. Okay. Oop. Okay. Let's see. Untangle another mess here while I leave the cat up there for another second or two. There we go. Oh, I know what I forgot to show. Yeah, last week too. Somewhere I put them down, and I don't know where I put them. I think they were in the other room, unfortunately. I had some more dichroic glass from last week that I didn't show, and I don't know what I did with them. I don't think they're in the box behind me. Double checking. Let's see here. And nope, not there. Oh, maybe they're in this tray here. Oh. Fun. Oh yeah, there it is. I got that one, and I guess that's the only one. I thought I had two. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, Marlene. I didn't have a preview. I was going to try and do it last night. It was getting late, and I said, and then my sister called from Florida. 2 hours later, I said, I'm too tired to do a preview, and I didn't have time today. I had too much going on. So, and I almost didn't have an option tonight, to be honest. I was just saying that earlier in the video here, and I just, boy, I tell you, just this dog is. She gets us up early in the morning, and she's asleep now, but try to keep her awake in the evening, and it just isn't gonna. She's worn herself out playing with her other dog, so that's not gonna work. Darn. Okay, we'll pass on the kitty cat. We are doing okay. Yeah, the puppies are fine. She just had a. They both have been to the vet and are all good and healthy, all caught up on their shots and things like that. So we got to be careful around here with that because we have a lot of ticks here, and tick-borne diseases can be an issue. So, okay, I have a dichroic. Here it is, and I'm going to bring I got to move the camera closer here a bit, and I'll show you the pendant. And it's not large. It's about an inch in length, blue and gold. And I do have a gold tone chain to go with it. I just hadn't put it on the chain. I have to take the jump ring off to get it on the chain. It couldn't fit it through the bail. So I'll just show you what up close what it looks like. I'll drop it. There's the back, how they typically look. The bail, as you can see, is gold tone, so I put a matching gold tone chain with it. And for those that have watched my auctions in the past, you know what I'm going to be asking. It's always the same price for these, for almost always the same price for these. I'm going to call this the blue and gold dichroic. Let me see if I can spell it. Let me see, I already spelled it already. Dichroic necklace. Starting bid of $8. And as I've mentioned before, we met the woman that actually made these. Apparently, there's a bit of a secret to some of this stuff on how you get it to work right. There's apparently one woman that is so good at it, she makes them very, very thin, and can do it without, looking bad. So you can see how it catches the light there. And like I say, it'll come with the gold chain. This jump ring that's on the chain is too large to fit in that, and so I have to open the jump ring, take it off, run the chain through, and put it back on. Something I do all the time. So, in fact, I had to repair a necklace that you'll see tonight that had a bad clasp. So, fortunately, we have a stock of stuff. In fact, we were going through some of it today. So, from my wife had a jewelry business for years and years, about before the year 2000. Let's put it that way. It was a long time ago, and we still have the bins of stuff. In fact, we've toyed with the idea of actually selling off some of the stuff if we could find somebody who's interested. So, but not yet. She still does like to make something every once in a while. So, okay. Now we'll pass on that, and like I said, I am going to try and take my time tonight a little bit. I was well prepared as usual, or maybe it is as usual that I'm not well prepared. I don't know how to put that, but it's been tough. I just came across another necklace I didn't have. No, I had. That's interesting. I'll have to get it out of the bag and see what you think. All right. We'll pass on this one. And as I was saying also earlier, Marlene, I've been remiss in getting my invoices out between this past weekend where we had to repair some serious repair and with a furnace that I had a friend over to help me with. We had to put a whole new floor under the furnace, and so we had to disconnect the furnace, move it out of the way, put the new floor down, move it back, and that's all done now. And then I've been trying to get myself ready for winter, so a lot of things to be done in the house for that. Try to get it out of the way so we don't have to think about it anymore. Okay, earrings. I got these pair of gold. They're gold tone, and oops, let me get that other thing off the screen. We're passing that. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm going back up to the messages. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't see your bid. Yes, thank you. Oh, right. Very, very good. Okay, I will post that right now. I usually say going once, going twice. Last call. And we're just going to say sold to dichroic, just to make sure it's clear in the chat. To Marlene for $8. Thank you. Let me. Oh, I didn't bring my clipboard up here. Oh, there's one. Add more than one clipboard. But do I have another blank sheet? Well, I'll just write it down now. Once I find my pen. Oh my, there it is. today is the 10th. Thank you. Let me put that down. And before I forget, let me bag that up right now, or I'll forget. And then I'll assemble it later on. Okay. Where did I set that down? There it is. Okay. And one more thing to do, just to make sure I put your name on the bag. Yeah. Okay. Let me get that message on the screen. So these are gold tone and kind of a green swirl. It is, I think, just a really well done enamel. So I'm going to call these the gold tone and with green swirl earrings. And oops, misspelled earrings. Good thing I got spell check. We'll start these at $5. I'll show you the back. They're post earrings. So there's the back. They look like on the back. No markings that I could find. That's what they look like. There we go. Let me see. Show it up close. I apologize. I always have difficulty. There we go. No, almost, there we go. Got it without the light, without the glare. Okay. Put it back in the card here so it doesn't I don't lose the back of it. Okay. What to show next? It's going to probably be a relatively short auction tonight. Like I said, I didn't come as well prepared as I usually try to be, so I don't have a lot to show. And it is, like I say, I've been through the stuff. I think all the non-jewelry. Oh no, I did the non-jewelry thing. This one's kind of cool, actually. All right, I'm going to pass on that. And put that aside. I have a sign that has got the little things in the back for hanging it like that on the wall somewhere. Let me see if I can get that on. I want to see if I can get this on camera. I'm not sure I will be able to. Oh yeah, there we go. Gardening is like housework outside. I don't like that either. Let me see if I can stay standing. Here we go. There we go. Get rid of that. We'll set the gardening sign at $6 also, I think. And it is, I'm trying to see where it came from originally. There is a barcode on the back, but I was just going to see if maybe it had the store name, but it doesn't. But I thought somebody might enjoy the sign, or might know somebody you could give the sign to that would enjoy the sign. I have a whole bunch of signs, but this is a new one I acquired recently that we thought was cute. There's a little scratch on the side here, but not too bad. Actually, to my intention, it looks like they deliberately made it look worn. If you know what I mean, aged somehow. So, okay, grab another necklace. This is an interesting one, Mark. I found that we had. That was something she had in our business. I don't think she didn't make this one, but was something she acquired, I guess is the best way to put it. So that'll be an interesting necklace to bring up next. That has authentic stone in it, and what I'm guessing is seashell. So, okay. That's that. Okay, because she was making sure I knew. Oh, that's the broken one, right? Set that aside. I'm just making sure I don't. Let's see. Now I have to look up. This other one. I gotta take my phone real quick and look up. I can't remember the name of the stone that's on it, and I know when I looked it up, it came up just like that, really quick. Yeah, and if I use good old Google Lens here, it will tell me what it is. Well, we'll leave that sign up for a minute because I do want to show this one. It's really kind of a different piece of necklace, and I think it's. Come on, phone. I'll tell you right now, if I was giving reviews on phones, I would tell you don't ever buy a Motorola. I've had so many times where this thing just hangs up. Okay. So arthropod. Remember the word arthropod. That's what I'm going to show you next. Okay, so we're going to pass on the sign. Set that aside. So this is a really, it's got a seed bead, blue seed bead necklace with it. This is my phone. They called it an arthropod-like pendant. I'm not sure, if it is one or not. Others call it a chitin. And my daughter, when she saw it, my biologist daughter, when she saw it, I said, they call this a chitin. She said, oh, yeah, that's what it is. I said, oh, well, that's really cool. So that's where I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a chitin pendant on beaded necklace. And we're going to start this at $7. Yeah, it's a little more than I've been asking for everything else. But this one is actually, when I looked it up, I did comp this one. Actually, it popped up really quickly when I looked for it. But it's got a gold tone post wire through it. But it's very unusual. Let me put that up on the screen so people can see how you spell chitin. And then it has just this simple beaded necklace with a round clasp, barrel clasp. I don't think there's any writing on the clasp. I didn't see anything, but I wouldn't expect it to be light blue. The blue actually does kind of complement it rather nicely. I'm going to guess that it's about 16-inch in length, roughly. Very, very unusual piece. Almost like I would almost call it a conversation piece. Now, if you remember what the name of it is, but I got to tell you, if you use Google Lens and go out there and look at it from Google Lens, it identifies it instantly. Some call it an arthropod, but my biologist daughter tells me yes, it is chitin, which I have no idea what that is, and she didn't get into great detail with me on that. But some type of shell, some mollusk, apparently some type of mollusk type shell. So I don't know, unusual. So I thought I'd bring it to you guys, and see you folks, and see what you think. So, okay. Oh, okay. Where was I? So, like I say, it's going to be mostly necklaces tonight. I got one more pair of earrings, so we'll kind of space that out a little bit. And I've got mostly necklaces, like I said, tonight. It's going to be, I'll leave that up there for a minute longer while I untangle these two. Come on now. Almost there. Almost there. I see what it's doing. Got one that's tangled up with another that is just a little weird. How it's tangled up. At first, I thought maybe I had two necklaces, one necklace, and just makes it look like two. I still think I'm okay here. All right, now I've got that untangled, and one more to untangle, and then we'll start showing them. Okay. And this one is a multi-chain, if I can get it to hang right. There. And just drape that like that so I don't have to mess with it. Okay. No interest in the chitin or chitin. We will pass on that. And take that off the screen. And we have, I guess we'll do this one next. This is the one I was kind of talking about. This is a combination of, I think this is shell, and I think that it can be, I guess it can be worn either way. I'm thinking some people would probably wear it that way, and some people would probably wear it that way. I don't think it matters much. Let me get this to hang right. I should get my board. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can get it to see it properly. There. Okay. Bring the camera up. There. So there it is. So these are real stone. It's a gold tone loop on it. There. This looks to me like seashell. So I'm going to call this a stone and shell necklace. And we will start this one at $8. Now, the original, I think this one's the one that had the label. Yes. It does have a marking on it, on the clasp. There's the style clasp, by the way. It's a hook, and you can hook it on this chain wherever you want on the length of chain that's here, that gold tone chain. And what that says right there in the writing on the, let me get on the screen here, it says Japan, I think. Yes. Sorry, this is the best way I can show it without my hands moving too much. That does say Japan there. And you can see, you can see the length of it. I've got it fully extended. Yeah, I know. This is my broken stand. It doesn't have the back on it anymore. There goes something else. I don't know what I just dropped. I just dropped something. Oh, well, whatever it was, it's not broken. So, yeah. So here's that. And I almost forgot. I do have another non-jewelry item. We'll show it here next. But yeah, this is all real stone up in here, cold to the touch. And then this is a bit cold to the touch. But I don't think it's stone. I think it's shell. To me, it seems like shell. Just saw an interesting law, speaking of shell and things that look like teeth and claws. In Vermont, they just passed a law to make it illegal to sell bear paws. The interesting thing about that is we, I think, still have in our freezer a bear paw that a friend gave us that we had made necklaces out of the nails, out of the claw. I may have. No, I think I sold that one. I have to look. I'm pretty sure I sold that one. But if anybody's interested in bear claws for making necklaces, we can do that. I just have to dig it out of the freezer and do that. But it's pretty interesting to. We've had a lot of people who are interested in doing in that kind of a piece of jewelry. Surprisingly enough, back in the day when we were doing jewelry. So, okay. What else am I thinking here? Okay, so somebody calls this an abalone style, abalone spike necklace. That's what they call it. I just took a picture of that portion of it, and that's what they call it. Okay. Alrighty, we'll pass on that. Is a vintage piece for sure. I can guarantee it's over 25 years old. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Like I said, puppy had me up early today. Okay, the other non-jewelry item I have, I'm not sure if some of my stone collectors are out there, but I have an onyx egg, which I don't have a holder for. So you're just going to have to trust me that it is an egg shape, you can see. Onyx, polished. But it won't stand up because it isn't flat. It really is rounded all the way around. Okay. Just watching to make sure it doesn't roll off the table here. We'll start this at $7, I guess. If there's anybody interested in something like that, I'm guessing what the value is. I know they're worth more than that, but I mean, I'm just guessing at where to start. We used to have some of these in the past with our business, but again, that was over 30 years ago. And, things were a lot cheaper then, including jewelry and silver, especially. Price of silver now compared to what it was 30 years ago. It's not as dramatic as gold. Gold's over $3,000 an ounce now. Silver still in the $28, $29 per ounce range, something like that. I think. Okay. I did get my other box. There it is. I have this cigar box I'm using to hold all my stuff in. If anybody's interested in cigar boxes, I'll show it to you. But if nobody mentions it in the chat, I'll just keep using it myself. Okay. Now let's do the other pair of earrings I've got. These are silver, I think. Pretty sure they're silver or silver-plated earrings. They are a bit tarnished. I didn't have time to clean them up. So we will show them. Let's pass on the egg. We used to raise chickens, and we used to have wooden eggs that we would put in the nest. It tricks them into laying. So it's pretty cool into laying in the nest. So here's the earrings. Let me bring my camera down. So you can see they have the style of clasp there. I'm going to open it here so you can see the style of clasp it is. The hook there, and then it just closes like that one is. And it feels, it's a kind of an amethyst color, tubular style bead on it. It doesn't, no, it's not cold. So I would just say it is what you see. And if I get to kill the light a little bit, you can see the color a little better. You see it's more of a purplish kind of a color, or violet, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call them purple tubular bead earrings. Oops, I misspelled tubular. There we go. We'll start these at, I think she said $6 because of the sterling. They are sterling. So they're not marked, but we're pretty confident that this is silver or silver plated on the clasp. I couldn't find any markings. It's really hard for them to mark something this small. They can, but it's not always that particularly common. Pretty confident that it's one or the other. So, okay. And that, I think, is all I have for earrings tonight, by the way. So, okay. Let's see here. What are we going to do next? Oh, I almost forgot this one. I set it aside. Didn't pay attention. Oh, no, I showed this last week. I think. Or did I? No, I didn't show this one last week. Huh. Okay. And we will pass on these. You see, it's going to wrap up pretty early tonight. I just... all right, there's my old envelope here. Okay. Another necklace. I'm going to camera back up. And this one, I think these are, they call lava beads. I'll show you up close here. I'll show you how it hangs first. So it's got, and these are stone. These are definitely stone. Looks to me like smoky quartz. I don't know about the beads in between, but these are just, I think, regular beads. There's the lava stone and the smoky quartz on the bottom. Looks like be about, I'm going to say close to 18 inch. It does have a extender chain that is not connected on completely. So, see if I get that on it evenly. There we go. And my camera's moving on me. There. Let's try that a little higher here. My camera's moving. It's sliding down slowly. That is really weird. Okay, there we go. See if it'll stay for a minute. I think I better switch. I have a brand new tripod. I haven't had a chance to switch over to it yet. So we're going to call this the Smoky Quartz Lava Bead Necklace. And we'll start this one at 7. Yes. Sometimes I'm just throwing numbers out tonight. I have no idea. I may be giving you a better bargain than I realized. I do have one really, really nice one. The one I mentioned at the beginning that I had to repair. I think it came out really well. We'll show that one towards the end here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I had one more. No, that's not it. All right. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Oh, there they are. I'm looking for something else. I keep misplacing things here. tonight. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if this will fit. Nope. Okay. We will pass on this one. And like I said, wasn't expecting, because I didn't do a preview, because I didn't do a lot. I need to put this video up on so people were aware that it was even coming. So I think the stone on this one is either, man, it is a stone. Is either moss agate. I don't think it's aventurine. Let's hang this one up, and this is on a leather. Let me get that off the screen and bring it down a little bit. There we go. I didn't get down that very straight, did I? There. Okay. So leather, and it's stone, green stone. I want to call it green because I'm not 100% confident that I'm right with moss agate. Pendant, a necklace. Okay, and we'll start this one at $6. Right there, $6 number. Okay, so I'll show it up close here. Here's the stone. And then some really luminescent white pearlish bead. It might be stone as well. These are not, I don't think. No. And then the green accent and the little accented beads going up to leather with a round style clasp. And there that is. Hey, Killian. Oh, I see you at 6. Thank you. I was saying, Kelly, I know you were probably at the beginning, but I'm way, way, way behind on some of the invoices, and I think yours is one of them. And I apologize for that. It's been a little crazy with the puppy and all kinds of other things going on in this household, and trying to get ready for winter, trying to fix things in the house and in the apartment. It's been crazy. So, yes, I will do that exactly. So we will say it is going once, going twice, last call, and sold Kelly for $6. Thank you. Let me put that in a little bag and write your name on it. I can do that while the other necklace is showing. And I'll do that. I'm going to put the next necklace up. This is a dichroic pendant again that goes with a gold chain. And again, I can't display it hanging because it doesn't, the bail is not big enough for the chain to pass through, which is a good thing. That means that once you take the chain off, it can't fall off the chain. So it is going to come with the gold tone chain. There's the dichroic. Okay, so we're going to call this the green dichroic necklace. I'm starting at $8. And I'll write your name down on this other one while that's up there for people to look at. Again, this is one of the ones that came from this woman who made these in Jericho, Vermont. He was moving to South Carolina and gave us a really good deal on these. Because I know what she was selling them for, I think. I had a pretty good idea what she was selling them for when she was selling them in craft shows and stuff. So she was just looking to liquidate. Okay. Yeah, show it up close. Okay, I will double check on my emails. I seem to recall that, Kelly, so I think we're good. But I'll double check my email just to make sure. Like I said, I'm hoping to get caught up by this weekend, if not sooner. So, all right, this one is instead of the black back, by the way, this has a white back. You notice it's a gold tone bail on it. That's why I went with a gold tone chain and green with some gold accent and white. And it is a bit three-dimensional. You can see the white piece actually raises up a little bit. So I will make a note to myself right now about your email. And I got to write down your name anyway for the other thing. So okay. Good. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the up on the screen. Just so you know. So I am going to have a rather short one tonight. I've got a few more items. I do. And but I only have a few more left. I think. No, I showed that one. Showed that one. I was shown that one. I'm going to make sure of my shortened list tonight. I didn't have. This one I didn't know about. I did come across one I didn't even know I had tonight. Let me see if we can get it out of the bag. I don't think I've ever shown this one before. But another necklace. Because I didn't have a lot in the way of I didn't have time to prep a lot of the earrings and stuff tonight. This is really interesting. I have no idea. Wow. Okay. Well, that's weird. Very strange necklace. Not strange. What wasn't expecting what I saw. Yes, that'd be fine, Kelly. Appreciate that. Like I said, this was the last. I almost didn't do an auction tonight. I was so close to saying, I can't do it. And then Mario said, well, go ahead and see what happens. I mean, I didn't do a preview. I didn't even post this up, the day before, so people saw that I have a live upcoming live, broadcast. I literally, I think at 8:25, went to StreamYard and started it up. So I appreciate those that did show up. I really do. It's very nice of you. So, okay, we're going to pass on this dichroic. Let me set that aside. And this is the one I just found. It was sitting right here at my table. I must have meant to show it in the past, and it was just got lost in the shuffle, I guess. It has a super, and I do mean super long chain with it. I'm just going to show you with the chain kind of there, and then I'll show it better to you in a better way here in a minute. I just gotta put this away. Okay, so it's got I get my tape measure handy. I gotta see how long this chain is. I have no idea, and I'm going to try and do it. And believe it or not, as long as this thing is, it has a 2-inch extender. So this is a really, 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 really 28. Looks like 28-inch, almost 29-inch chain on this. Cute. Now this is the part. This just a simple chain, nothing complicated with the chain. But what's on the end of it is really kind of cute. Little kitty cat, black eyes, and black on the top, and the head moves. The body, I wouldn't call it fully articulating, but it does turn a little bit. There's the back, and for some reason, that back of the cat's head is clear. It's got little holes in it, almost like it was. I wonder if this was intended to be, and I didn't try to see if it opens. I don't know. There is a seam there. No, I wonder if this was supposed to be like for for putting some kind of essential oil or something in it. I didn't want to try to open it, but it does. There is a seam there. That seam appears to be there. Very interesting. I'll show you what I mean. See, you can sort of make out there's a bit of a seam right there where the little holes are. So cute little thing. So maybe that's what the intent of this thing was. The packaging it was in, I don't think it was the original packaging it was in. Well, I don't know. The language is not in English, so, and usually it's made in China, but it says Sachetto, Sacchettto. Does that mean anything to anybody? So it looks like, I'm going to say this looks like Italian on it, but I'm not sure. Huh. Yeah, no, that's I have everything. Everybody's stuff is in a box, separated from all the other stuff in another room that is nothing but stuff to be shipped or invoiced out. So I'm very careful to try and not to make that mistake again. I did make that mistake once for someone where I couldn't find the particular necklace that they had bought, and it turned out it had gotten caught up on the edge of a box that I was moving, of all things, and fell into another spot. Unfortunately, I was able to get to them later. So it is, anyway. So I don't know what to ask for this. I have no idea. I'm just going to call this the cat necklace. And we'll start this at $6. I've been doing $6 stuff a lot tonight, so we'll just keep it at that. I don't think it's silver. I think it's just silver color, silver tone. There's the feet. There's the bottom. If you can see it, I don't think there's any markings on it on the bottom. But they even got the detail on the feet of a little bit there. In the back. Like I said, the head's got that weird thing, like it's supposed to be. I almost think it's essential oil type of thing. That's really what I'm thinking. And the top of the head, right above the cat, has got a little bit of black right there. I'm not sure why. But anyway, very very shiny. And like I said, it is pivoted, and the neck does pivot a little bit. You got the tail in the back. You can see here. So, like I said, just something I came across by accident tonight. Costuming. Yeah, I would go with that. Sure. I see your bid. Oops, I didn't even hit. I never even hit into the post what the starting bid is, but that's okay. I appreciate it. I'm not fussy about that. So, yeah. Well, I think who was on earlier said they had 3 cats. Gee, my memory's terrible tonight. Tamara was on earlier, and she said she had 3 cats. So we'll say going once, going twice. Last call. And sold to M for $6. Thank you. Let me put it back in its little bag. I'm going to give you the original bag it came in, because maybe it'll make sense to you. Maybe it won't. I don't even know where this. To be honest with you, I have no clue as to where this came from. Whether it was something that we had in our old jewelry business, and just got set aside, or whatever. And you write your name on here. There. Okay. Put that up there. And there. Official. I'll make it official. Okay. So, necklaces. Okay, so it's all got left is necklaces, I think. So let's do this one I have hanging right here. I didn't see a tag or anything on this one. So this is another three-strander gold tone. I'm going to hang it on my board because I think that's the best way to show these three-stranded items. Excuse me. I got to mute for a second because I want to cough. There we go. Throat was getting a little dry, I guess. Time for a lozenge. This is a bad time of year for me anyway, allergy-wise. Ragweed season is upon us, and it doesn't clear up until the first frost, which won't be for probably a few more weeks yet. So I just got to deal with it. Okay, let's bring the camera back up a little bit. Another little three-stranded necklace. And we'll start this at $7. I guess. It has these three different, on this one chain, it has these three different little things. This pink, it looks like stone. It feels like stone. With a gold tone piece in the middle. Another thing here with a crystal-like piece, but it's really not crystal. And then the tassel thing on there. I don't know if there's any significance to that, but that's what it is. Three different style of chains. This one is just a regular chain link chain. This one is alternating with little pieces in it. Let me see if I can show that to you here. This one's see that? Okay, and then this other one is like another link chain, but different pattern of links. They're flat links rather than round links. I'll show it up close. Quite long. I would put this at 18 to 20 inch because it has an extender with it and a lobster claw stock clasp. No name on it, but there is up close. I'm getting the thing up close. There we go. So you can see all up close, and three different styles of chain. Okay. I see Kelly at 7, so thank you. We will say going once. Excuse me. Going twice. Last call. And sold to Kelly for $7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can write things down quickly because I have my own little shorthand that makes sense only to me on my list. Okay, bag that up. Put your name on it. Let me see. What can I show while we're reading? While I'm doing that. I showed that. Oh, my box is down here. Oh, yes. Let's go with the piece de resistance. This is the piece I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I had to repair. I just had to put a new clasp on it, a new lobster claw clasp. My wife's convinced that other than the lobster claw clasp, which I didn't have any silver ones, I had silver tone, but I didn't have silver ones, is convinced that all the metal used in this is silver. I did not have a chance to test it, but I'm gonna grab my magnet here and check it right now. And no, it is not magnetic, so that's a good sign. What is really interesting, what she is convinced of, that we know for sure, It's all garnets. So, and like I say, I'm not putting in the description that it's silver, but I'm 90% confident that it is, except for the clasp. So I can't say it's 100%. We're going to start this at 15, and that for garnet is, I think, a good deal. So let me take care of Kelly's thing here while that's up and showing. I still didn't do her bag stuff yet. But I'll show it up close here in just a minute. Give me a second to finish. Take care of this other necklace. I'll make sure it's properly bagged. Yeah. Okay. So let's show this baby up close. Okay. I'm going to show you you can see the repaired. The clasp was on there, wouldn't work. It wouldn't. It was jammed. It wouldn't open or close. So I put a new one. But I couldn't find any markings on this. Is not. I think this is vintage, personally, but these are all garnet, and you can see the quality of the garnet there. And then there's the all the garnet down there on that silver hoop. Really, really pretty. And I'm guessing it's about 18-inch. There is no extender on it. There isn't an extender. Oh, come on, now hang right. Always so difficult to get this to hang the way I want it. There. That's sort of better. You see Kelly at 15. And I'm going to move this along because you can hear my coughing and my throat's starting to already get a little bit raspy here. So we'll say going once, going twice. Last call. And sold to Kelly for $15. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Kelly. That's written down. And let's put that in a nice safe bag. A little bit bigger bag for that one. Let's see here. I think I've got maybe one item or two left for the night. I'm going to write your name on here. There. Okay. Oh, box. I'm just looking around, make sure I didn't forget something here. One last little piece left. Oh, no, two left. Okay. Let's do this one. Another one on green leather, which is interesting. With a green stone here. I'm pretty sure it's stone. Yep, that's stone. And a lot of the beads are stone. And okay, see if we get that to hang properly. There we go. Oops, let me get that off the screen. Another one with a green thing, but it's a darker green. This might. Well, I'm not convinced yet what that could be. I'll let me see if I can get my phone to tell me. Sometimes I've had pretty good luck with it. Oops. What happened? Lost it here. That's weird. I must have hit something when I moved it. Okay. Some call it natural African jade. Really? Okay. Some call it a water agate. We'll call it an agate just for a description. I don't think it's jade. It could be. If it is, good luck. Good for you. We're going to call it a green agate necklace. We'll start this one at, what was the other one? That was similar to the other one I had. $6. Yeah, let's do that. And put that up. So I'll show it up close. It does have a extended chain on it and a round style clasp. This is something I think came from my wife's jewelry business. So I think this is something she may actually have made. So there's the beads up through there. And I can actually feel these cold in my hand. So I know a lot of these are natural stone. This may even be moonstone. I'm not sure what that would be. Obviously, I think the beads are either acrylic crystals or something like that. But and then that blue, green, whatever it is at the end. length. I'm gonna just. I keep doing this to myself. I just had that. Oh, there it is. A ruler. Okay, I'm gonna do it without the extender. So, oops, upside down. Go the other way. It looks to be almost 18, and that does not include the extender. 18 to here, to the top of the pendant. So 18 to the top of the pendant. I see you at 6. Yeah, it's a very interesting color. They dyed, obviously, cobbler dyed it, and it's double stranded, which is interesting. I guess my wife, she just found this one today, actually, and some of her. We were going through some of her old stuff. And she said, "Hey, you could probably see if anybody would be interested in that one." So I said, "Okay." All right, we'll say going once. Oops. Going twice. Last call. I've joked in the past that I'll have to tell some of my stories when I was in a band. You guys would be surprised what I was exposed to when I was a teenager. But dang, I'm old. What can I say? Okay, and we're going to call that green agate necklace for 6 to Kelly. Sold. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, shoot. I just made a mess. Knocked over my glass of water. Fortunately, it wasn't much of it. I'm just looking for something to wipe it up with. And it didn't hit anything important, so that's good. And I would keep a rag handy anyway. Because of that. I'm such a klutz. So excuse me while I clean up my mess here. Yeah. Well, the floor was dirty. It needed to be washed anyway. Yeah. That was easy. Okay, all right, let's get rid of the message on the screen. Where is that? There it is. Yes, I'll tell her. Yes. And then maybe I'll have more next week. I have no idea where she got those from. Um, like I said, we still have a lot of the supplies that our granddaughter's actually taking advantage of to make jewelry. It's very interesting. At least a couple of our kids, they have jewelry making classes in the high school, and so they've learned how to solder and things like that. And they make some pretty nice jewelry. All right, let me write your name down on here. Yeah. And I already got you on that list. Yes. Okay, where was I? Let's see what we got left here. Oh, I'm actually going later than I thought I would. Oh, yeah. I got one piece of, I'm calling it costume jewelry, but this is really vintage costume jewelry. And originally when I saw it, I thought there was markings on the bag, but on closer inspection, I was right. There are markings. I didn't have my loop handy when I was doing this, but it looks like it says Mirage. That's the best I can make out of it. Don't know if that means anything to anybody, but that's what it says. This is a really short piece, and I think it is silver tone. I know I'm teasing you and not showing it to you, but I'm just checking for markings and stuff on here for you. Besides what it said on the back of the main piece, that's all I could find. Okay, so this is so short. I'm guessing I'm gonna hang it here, and I'm gonna try and get a measurement. This came from an estate that and I mentioned this during the video earlier. We went to an estate sale in Jericho. It's a family we know, and they were just really wanted to see the stuff go. So there we go. Yeah, I know. It would have been. I would have loved to take it as an adult. If they might have let me. I have no idea. I never thought to ask, but I mean, I know how to solder. I know how to do things like that. But sometimes just watching somebody else gives you some ideas. So, my wife did most of the jewelry creation. So, not me. I wasn't the creative one. I just did the grunt work. So, okay. So I'm not sure. Okay. So this is necklace marked Mirage. And I'll show you that as best I can. I have no idea what to ask for something like this. Let me see if I can find anything out on real quick. If I can figure out what I did on my phone. I don't think there's anything much on this out there on the internet, but I'm going to do a quick lookup for you guys right now. Yeah, this is a copy of a Givenchy style. Get that, huh? But it is not Givenchy. But so they call it this is a vintage signed Miracle. Okay, did I say Mirage? Maybe I meant Miracle. I'll have to look at the marking again. And they call it blue opal glass. So I knew I'd seen this before, or I had looked this up before because I was kind of curious about it. Some are calling this mid-century. It's crazy what they're asking for this thing. I don't think it's worth this much. But again, I don't know. Let me show you the markings on the back, and then we'll talk about price, I guess. To me, the quality of this is not that impressive. So, yeah, it is Miracle. Okay. Let me see if we can get that to focus. My hand, yes, try and steady my hand, sorry. You can sort of see the word Miracle right there, right below my finger. There it is. So, I mean, I'm looking at the quality. This is cast, right? I mean, I'm guessing that's cast from the shape of the material. And, you know, it's not real. It's not a real stone. I don't think it is. So, somebody was asking over $100 for this thing on eBay. I don't think we'll ever get it. I don't think it's worth that much. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, you're getting a great deal. But I do know it's vintage. I do know it's worth something. So I was going to start at it. I'm going to be really really cheap on this because I didn't pay a lot for it. I'm going to start at $15. Yeah, I'm wrong. Sorry, marked Miracle. I had neither. I had, they call it opal glass. Okay, whatever that means. It is costume. It is not, I wouldn't call it top of the line, but I do know, no, it's not a sold. The price they are asking is not a sold. I do know that some costume stuff, even though it's quality, maybe it's the word I'm looking for, isn't all that great. They're considered highly desirable, collectible. And apparently, the ones that are buying it the most are the Gen Zs. So it's really, that's what I'm finding out in some of my research. So it's pretty interesting. But I thought I'd throw it out there. If anybody's interested at that price, I'm going to throw it out on eBay if it doesn't sell tonight and see what I get for it. I'll start low. I'll start low on eBay and let people bid it up and see what that really goes for. Would I consider? Sure. I would take 12 for that. Sure. Okay. I would say sold to Kellyanne. I'm not even going to go once, go twice thing. Because I don't think anybody else out there cares. For $12. And if you can turn around and make $100 on this thing, great. I'd love to hear that. But I'm saying I was not convinced that it's worth $100. The guy who had it out there on eBay was asking over $100 for it, or person. I shouldn't say guy, but person. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let me just write your name down. Like I said, I just wanted to throw a number out there, see if anybody was interested, and if it's worth $120 and you got it for 12, I'm happy for you, and it doesn't bother me one bit. Because to be honest with you, as you obviously can tell, I did not pay a lot for it. So it was from the estate sale, and they were just looking to get rid of stuff. They had no idea what some of the stuff they had was worth. I have picked up some really cool stuff that you'll see on eBay at some point here. Let me write that down on my little cheat sheet on my little tote board here. So I got that. Okay. And I am looking around to make sure I didn't forget something tonight. I think I got it all. Yep. I don't see anything that I might have missed. Unless, and the only thing I want to throw out there, my wife said, I was going to put this out on eBay. I don't know if it's complete or not. Anybody into Legos out there? This is a Marvel a Lego that we've had kicking around in the drawer, so it may have lost. It still has the figure in there, which is supposed to be from Marvel Iron Man, and I don't know much about whether this is even put together correctly or not. But it's got one moving part in the back, and if anybody's interested, throw me a number, and I'll let it go. But yeah, I think I've seen it out on eBay for between $10 and $30, depending on condition, parts and pieces, and all that kind of stuff, or whether they even have the original manual thing. But yeah, it's from Marvel apparently. In fact, I should look it up and I can give you more detail. I did look it up because I was trying to curious what it was. Like I said, we oh, where is it? Yeah, just so you know. Oh, that's not going to show. It's going to be too much glare. There. Oops. I don't think I'm going to. Okay, it is the Lego Marvel Superheroes set number 76006 Iron Man Extremis Seaport Battle. So, and somebody has the original box apparently. That's kind of cool. But I say prices are anywhere from $10 on up to $30. oh yeah, I'll take 10. Sure. Yeah. 10 sounds good, Kelly. I'd be fine. I'd be happy with that. So okay. My grandson, who's a senior in high school, he's just had one massive. He works and he saved up some money and bought this more money than I ever spent on a toy Lego set, and now he's going through all his previous Lego sets and sorting the pieces out so we can find them and put them all back together again with the manuals and selling them. So he has a bunch of them, and a lot of them are related to what's the one? Harry Potter. So oh yeah, sure. I'm sure your nephew would love it. So I will make sure it's packaged up well. It should stay together pretty well, actually. So, okay. Put that over here. Safer there. And write that down so I don't forget. Okay. Yeah, I think the ones that are going for like $30, I think are the include everything. So, and I think they include the box. So, yeah. But anyway, cool. So yeah, any of your friends, if your great nephew's into yeah, he had the piece he just finished had 5,000 pieces. I think he told me. Like, what? And he did it in 2 days. It's like, wow, that's pretty impressive. So anyway, but let me switch cameras here. I'm all done for the night anyway, I think. But yeah, so yeah, he was he's a pretty impressive when it comes to that stuff. We've been doing some house cleaning lately, so that's where we came across that piece. My wife actually has a couple she's done herself, so. But yeah, 5,000 pieces. Like, and his sister, who's in college, she also works while she's in school, and just bought a piece that's 6,000 pieces. And she said she had to get it now because she said they're gonna stop making them after this year, so they'll be discontinued. And she said once they discontinue them, the price will shoot up to about $2,000 to $3,000 for a set. I say, whoa. Because people will buy them and then they sit on them and then sell them later on. So spend $500 to make 3,000. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. anyway, so I will definitely try and do another auction next week and hopefully be a little better prepared. But this went okay, and I'll definitely try and get a preview out there for folks. And again, like I said, always have a standing open invitation. Anybody wants to get into, oops, I did that off of it. Readily, if yeah, the one he had was some kind of castle. Oh, what was the one she got? She told me too. I can't remember, but yeah, they're massive. These pieces are massive. They're really big. I think it's Harry Potter. I don't think it was Lord of the Rings, although those are popular too. I'll have to ask my wife would never remember. I don't remember. I'll have to ask her. I'll text her. Maybe I'll remember by next week and bring it up again. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy. But so, as I say, before I interrupt myself, I am still leaving an open invitation out there interested in joining me for selling stuff. Doesn't have to be Wednesday night. If you want to do a different night, I'm okay with that too. I'm toying with the idea of Friday night if there's anybody interested in doing some joint stuff, because I can stay up late on Fridays. That's pretty much the reason. Saturdays tend to be okay. We do get up early for church, but not that early. But the Friday nights are not too bad, and I know there's a bunch of folks out there doing them on Friday night as well. So there is competition, but I am thinking about that because I can go later, and I know some of the folks out west, this is early for them. It's only 7 o'clock, 7:20 in California. So, and then folks in Hawaii, even more so, it's only 5 o'clock. So, yeah. But anyway, the only ones that don't have to worry about time change is Arizona, and that's coming up. Not for a while yet, but I think it's late October, early November this year. I have to look. I can't remember when we do the time clock change. If they don't pass the law to fix it. So, but yeah, Kelly, I remember you're out west somewhere. So, but yeah. But anyway, that's where it is. So thank you all for being here. And even if you didn't buy something, just nice to have you there, even if you're slurking. So, and we will definitely shoot for Wednesday of next week. I don't anticipate, that's the 17th. Yeah, I don't anticipate there be any conflicts for me anyway. I do have to get up early tomorrow morning, so it's one of the reasons I stop at 10:30. That's one of the reasons I switched to Thursdays, because I didn't have to get up early on Friday, but I still got to get up. So, but I work from home, so it's not crazy. So, all right, take care, everybody. Have a blessed evening and weekend, and we will see you next week, Lord willing.